Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're doing a big old catching up with ColourPop video. We have a bunch of collections that I want to go through, show you close-ups, show you swatches, show you some comparisons. Everything that's in this video is already available. There is a big Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale going on the ColourPop site right now as I'm recording this. So no coupon codes, no affiliate codes will work during the sale. If you want to support me or any of your other favorite creators during the sale, you can always shop using the affiliate links, which I know I greatly appreciate, and I know all of my fellow YouTubers and content creators really appreciate that as well. However, as soon as the sale ends, you can go back to using coupon codes. I do have an affiliate code. It's just my first name, Amanda. If you want to save 10% on the ColourPop site, pretty much everything will be available to use for codes. Every once in a while there are exceptions, so just keep an eye on your totals to make sure you're getting the best deal possible. I do have the holiday collection video in the works. I'm just waiting for one more piece so that I can get everything into one video for those holiday releases, the vaults, and all of that good stuff. They have also started to peek and send their It's a Small World collection out. I don't have that yet, but I assume that it's on its way to me, so I will try to include that in my holiday vaults video if it arrives in time. I do have some photos and a little giveaway with the holiday palette vault over on my Instagram, the Makeup.Just.For.Fun Instagram, so if you want to see what those look like before the video comes out, you can always go check over there, and you can go and enter the giveaway that I posted on my birthday. In today's video, we're going to talk about ColourPop for Target, we're going to talk about the Mariale collection, and we're also going to talk about the tonal monochromatic collection that they released to be adjacent to their hair colors. Let's start with the ColourPop for Target collection. You can find these pieces on the ColourPop website as well as the Target website and in many of your Target stores. Now, a lot of these pieces are sold out on the ColourPop site. There are more of them available over on Target's website. I don't have every single piece from the ColourPop for Target collection. I have a good majority of it. However, I am going to focus more on the pieces that are new, because a lot of these things, like all the Super Shock stuff, all of the lip sets, are re-promoted favorite shades. So these are not new shades, not new products. I believe that the only new things are the Minty Fresh set, possibly. That's the lip duo from Fourth Ray. I know that they've done plenty of those lip duos. I looked around on the ColourPop site and there wasn't any mint set other than this one for Target, so I believe that is new. I believe the So Glassy glosses are new shades. The color sticks, I think those are new shades, and then the 4 palettes are new palettes. So I think that those are the only new things. I think everything else are re-promoted, repackaged, and just newly available at Target. One thing I did notice when I was scrolling around on the ColourPop and Target sites was that they don't tell you which shades are in most of these sets, especially for the lip sets on the ColourPop site. But if you go over to the Target website, then it's a lot easier to figure out which shades are in which set. It might be on here and I'm just missing it, but I scrolled around for a while trying to figure out which shades were in the sets. And on the Target website, they do list them. So if you scroll around on there and click on the different lip sets, then it lists which shades are in there down at the bottom of the little highlights section. I don't know why it was not made more clear, especially because these are re-promoted shades. So you definitely need to know what colors are in there because you may very well already own them. But anyway, here's where you can find them. I'm showing you on the screen now. If you're interested in picking up one of these sets and you want to make sure that you're not getting doubles, or you want to make sure you are replacing a favorite shade, that's how you can figure out which set has which colors. I'm gonna do a really quick breeze through and show you just what the packaging looks like. I'm not gonna swatch these re-promoted shades. First of all, that info has been wildly available. They're not new, so there's no need to use up all of our time in this already long video doing that. I'm also going to skip doing finger versus brush swatches and just go straight into comparisons for the sake of time so that we make sure we get all of the most important info out there for you. And make sure you stick around to the very end of this video for a little bit more fun, important information about ColourPop for Target. If you're a watch to the end crew, then you definitely want to stick around because there is something cool that I want to share with you there. I don't have every single piece of these re-promoted shades, but I did want to show you what the packaging looks like. It's definitely really cute. I love Super Shock shadows, so I'm happy to see them becoming more wildly available in retail stores. And I also don't have a just a tint duo here to show you, but you kind of get the idea. And if you want to see which shades are which, I already showed you how to find that. I only have one of the new So Glassy lip gloss shades, so I am going to do a swatch of the one that I have here just because it is a new shade, so I think it's nice to see what it looks like actually swatched onto my arm. But as far as the formulas go, applicators, all of that stuff is the same that we have seen plenty of times from ColourPop. We're just getting some cute refreshed packaging and a new place to purchase. So here is the shade Local swatched onto my arm. It's just a cute little shimmery kind of peachy gloss color. I also have all three of the Color Sticks duos. So I am going to show you swatches of all 6 of these shades. I believe they're new. I don't have the Color Sticks shades memorized as well as I do things like palettes or some of the lip colors. So I'm pretty sure that all of these are at least new shade names. So I wanted to show you a swatch of these. I really like this purpley shade from the No Big Deal set. It's so subtle and it has sort of a shifty sheen to it. I don't know, something about that one is really intriguing. And then the silver from the Work It duo is my other favorite. It's just so bright and bold and would be so cute for holiday looks. Next, we're getting into the new 9-pan palettes. These are $14 each. They're in this plastic packaging. Personally, I do prefer the cardboard packaging. Aside from being a little bit more eco-friendly, the cardboard packaging also fares a lot better if you do happen to drop it. So that's just why I tend to prefer the cardboard packaging. I'm only going to do 3 comparisons for each one of these. We have a lot to get through, so I wanted to just try to limit myself to 3 comparisons each for these, especially because when it comes to these more neutrally palettes, we could just go on for days and days. I could probably find 20 palettes each to compare these to. So I did try to limit myself to 3 each for the sake of time and for the sake of the skin on my swatch arm. It's no surprise to me, it's probably no surprise to you that this Send Nudes palette has many dupes just within the ColourPop family. But you know what? If these are the type of shades you like, I don't think that it's bad to keep seeing neutral, nudie, warm palettes like this because, hey, a lot of people like them, a lot of people use them up. So if this is your jam, here's another one for you. Even though this truly iconic palette is also more neutrally, I do think that this one interests me just a little bit more. It does have some cooler tones and some more true neutral undertone shades, but it has an interesting mix here. I like the little icy baby blue shade on the top row. I can see a lot of people really loving this one, and I am personally most drawn to this truly iconic palette of this set, surprisingly, because there is a purple palette. But we do have, again, several similar types of palettes here, especially with a brand like ColourPop that does release such a high volume of eyeshadow palettes. History is just bound to repeat itself, and we definitely are seeing that with a lot of the more neutrally type of palettes and also with their purple palettes, but we'll get into that in just a minute. I will say I think Stone Cold Fox is a very, very close match. You can also pull some very, very similar shades from the Rock Candy Mega palette. So I'd say if you have either one of these mega palettes in your collection, you probably don't need to go for the truly iconic palette. No judgment here. Clearly, I am the queen of having 10 of every shade, but these are very, very close. Same eye looks coming out of these. Next up, we have the more purple-based palette. This is the Vibe Check palette. The classic ColourPop approach to a purple palette, which is a bunch of neutrals and some very, very pinky purples mixed in with purple packaging to make us think that it's a purple palette when really it's very neutral and pink, which again is a popular color scheme. I am not hating on it. I'm just saying I got tricked into thinking this was going to be a purple palette, and I really don't think that it is overall. You can see the now discontinued All Things Equinox is very, 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 very similar. And also discontinued, this was a Valentine's Day release for Ulta a couple years ago. The You Are a QT palette was the first one that popped into my head for comparisons for this Vibe Check palette. And not an exact match, but definitely the same sort of feeling for these two. The last comparison is probably the best, and again, it's the Rock Candy palette. So if you have Rock Candy, you pretty much already have Vibe Check and Truly Iconic already sitting in your collection. We are missing a little bit of the brightness from Vibe Check, but overall I feel like similar looks coming out of these two palettes as well. And then the very last Target palette is this one called Muse Moment. This is definitely divided into 3 monochromatic columns, a peach, a brown, and a green column. So when it came time to pull palettes for comparison for this one, I definitely took some liberties as far as combining a couple different palettes into each comparison, because I do think this is a more unique color combo for ColourPop. The first thing I thought when I saw this Muse Moment palette was Baby Got Peach, Going Coconuts, and Just My Luck Had a Baby. And when you look at these comparisons, we are not far off on that. Some of the lightest shades are a little bit off, the light peach and the light green, but overall very, very similar coming out of those. And then I also wanted to combine Sweet Talk and Mint to Be. I felt like Mint to Be could really nail that light pale pastel green, and it definitely did. So these are pretty similar as well. Definitely not exact same shades, but you could really do the same eye looks if you have Sweet Talk and Mint to Be. And then the last one I pulled was the Gettin' Fresh Mega Palette, because Gettin' Fresh has that warm peachy tones mixed with some pops of green. The greens are definitely a more yellowy warm green than what's in Muse Moment, but it felt like a similar type of vibe, a similar type of idea. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Marielle collaboration. I know that she has a YouTube channel. I'm not very familiar with her work. I definitely get the vibe from this collection that she does gaming content because a lot of these products are very video game theme as far as the names go, and the packaging is this very digital type of look. So we're going to go through the entire collection here. There is a little face jewels, the individual crystals set. These are super cute if you're into this. I like the little rainbow reflective stars. These are priced at $10 US. There's also one So Glassy lip gloss. All of these things have special packaging, this like hot pink kind of pixelated graphic look. The So Glassy lip gloss is $10 and it's called Player One. It's this super shimmery, clear, bronzy type of look. This layers really well over lip colors if you want to add a little bit more punch. And speaking of lip colors, we have 3 Cream Luxe lipsticks. I love the Luxe lipsticks, so I'm always happy to see those. These are also priced at $10 US a piece. And here's a look at the 3 shades. These are super wearable. I know that a lot of people get bored of seeing the same nudie neutral lip colors. I'm assuming this is just what Marielle likes to wear, and so it probably makes perfect sense if she's a nude lip girl that she would come out with these more neutral lip colors. A lot of people like shades like this. I am one of those people, so I'm not really mad at it. We also have 3 Super Shock blushes, another product that is on the top of my favorites list. These are $9 US a piece, and we have a peachy shade, a more baby bubblegum pink, and then this bright red, which I think is very on trend right now with the whole cold makeup look that's been going around. Again, not really groundbreaking shades, but the type of shades that a lot of people like to wear, so I am definitely not mad at it. Now we have 3 eyeliners. These are the Graphics ink liners, which means they are a liquid liner with a little brush tip, $10 a piece. The 3 shades are a pale baby pink, a bright electric blue, and then this deep sort of eggplant purple. All very pretty. I will warn you though, the blue stained the heck out of my arm, so be aware if you're going to use these. The blue definitely stains the skin. Lastly, we have the Control Alt Glam palette. This one is $22 US. It has the larger sized pans, and I have to say, I really like the color story in here. I like these shades. However, I was definitely a little disappointed with the shade performance. These just were not very pigmented. I had trouble even picking up some of the shadows for just simple finger swatches. So I was kind of surprised that the shadow performance wasn't really that great. Unfortunately, I mean, maybe I just got a dud. There's always that possibility. But I did want to pull just a couple of palette comparisons. I felt like Mercury Retrograde was very similar, just really missing that dark brown, but overall a very similar vibe from these swatches. And then the ColourPop Play It Jewel palette also had some really similar pops of color here. I think this one's even more close than the Huda palette, and you can see just the shadows really weren't showing up the same. Maybe she wanted that more sheer wash of color look, so it may be the perfect formula for somebody who does like a little bit more toned down shadow application. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now, the last collection we're getting into is this little monochromatic release that is meant to correlate to their main event hair colors. These shadow quads, I genuinely could have done 10 comparisons each. When it comes to quads, it's so easy to just pull 4 shades from many different palettes that are similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the comparisons over on my Instagram stories in the next few days. I really just wanted to get this video finished for you on the heels of the holiday season and all that. So we'll do comparisons for the quads on my Instagram stories, but I did want to show you close-ups of the products. I wanted to show you swatches just so that the information was out there. Honestly, I think that these cream gel liners and the colorful BFF mascaras are really the star of the show anyway. These are so much more unique and interesting, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't really wear a lot of colorful eyeliner and colorful mascara. I do love the cream gel liner formula from ColourPop though. It is the top #1. If I'm gonna wear an eyeliner, it's gonna be one of these. And I just think these colors are so fun and bold and they bring a lot to the table. Kind of feel the same way about these BFF mascaras. We've just seen so many millions of eyeshadow palettes from ColourPop. We've seen so many similarly colored, even quads from ColourPop. So I think that the liners and the mascaras are really more interesting to me personally and more likely to be unique in somebody's collection. Quality-wise, I think that this is the most consistent collection that I swatched in today's video. It just seems like all the formulas are really performing on the same level across the board, from the liners, the mascaras, and these little quads. So while I don't think these eyeshadows are particularly very exciting, I do think that they are a good formula. So if one of these interests you, I definitely can still recommend it, especially for folks who either have a smaller collection of colorful shadows or who do like a more compact mini palette style of eyeshadow. Because this does really simplify the look for you, you can just grab a quad. There's not a million colors to choose from and figure out which goes where and which colors to mix together. I do like the mini palette layout because I think it is really user friendly and it's also easy to travel with. You can just grab 2 or 3 of them and then you're set and you're not packing a big giant palette in your makeup bag. So while the shades do seem to be pretty repetitive in the ColourPop family, I still think these are nice little quads. I really like the purple one here. This is way more purple than the ColourPop for Target purple palette, so you know I love that. Yeah, these are pretty cute. Stay tuned on my Instagram for a couple little swatch comparisons on my stories over the next few days. That is it. I can't believe we made it through all of those. I know this is a longer video, but I really feel like we got through that stuff pretty quickly. So thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Stay tuned to see the holiday vaults on my channel soon, as well as the It's a Small World collection. I'm going to get those swatched and compared and all the close-ups and everything for those all ready for you as soon as I possibly can, as soon as my last piece arrives. Don't forget to check out the Makeup.Just.For.Fun Instagram to go enter to win one of those holiday vaults. And speaking of entering to win things, for the Stay to the End crew, I am going to do a little giveaway of some ColourPop for Target goodies. I just have a surprise mix of a couple of little pieces for you. So I'll pick 2 winners and give them a random assortment of some of the things I picked up from the ColourPop for Target launch. All of the details are going to be down in the description box, along with a link to fill out the entry form. Now, giveaways have been really super hard to do. There are so many scammers afoot, and not just on my channel, but on YouTube as a whole. So I want to make it very clear, the reason why I do my giveaways like this via this private entry form is because it is completely private, and the only way that I will contact the winners is via the email that you enter in that private entry form, so you know that it's me. I will not contact you via the comments. I will not ask you to message me somewhere else. I will not ask you to pay for shipping or anything like that. This is a completely free giveaway. The only thing that may happen if you're an international winner is you may be responsible for some customs or duties or something like that I don't really have any control over. And I try to make all of my giveaways open internationally whenever I can. So if you win, I will email you and you'll know it's me, because the only way that somebody would know to reach out to that email was entered privately. I never give your information away. I never let anybody access it. I never sell it. I never publicly reach out to the winners so that people don't try to scam you and spam you. If you see somebody commenting as if they're me telling people that they're winning prizes, that is fake. That's a scammer. Report them. Let me know. I will report them. I will block them. That's not me. That's not what we do. That's not safe for anybody. And you will never have to pay me personally in order for you to receive a prize. You may have to pay your country's duties fees, but I'm not looking to profit financially at all from a giveaway. And the people who are doing that are scamming you, point blank, period. And it makes me really mad because I want this to be a safe, fun, happy space. And I don't like it when people try to prey on you. I really don't appreciate it. It gets me in my feelings. I do my best to prevent that from even happening. But I really want you to be armed with the information to protect yourself as well. So with all that being said, make sure you go read the details in the description box. Go fill out that entry form. And I'm excited to share some of these goodies with 2 of you as a thank you for just all the love and support and positivity. 99.9% of the time, I have such a wonderful, lovely audience, and I am just so grateful for all of you. I have lots more giveaways to come for the end of the year, and I just want to say thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out here, thanks for being part of such a happy, fun, joyful community, and you have no idea how much I appreciate that, because there are a lot of mean people on the internet, and if you're not one of them, then you are awesome, and I just thank you for watching. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye! Also, I love your face, okay? Bye!